everyone, this is Anupriya Gautam and I'm doing my PhD in Institute Pasteur of Shanghai. I'm a virologist and also a part of team of COVID-19. And basically like the end of December, the outbreak happened here in Hubei province. So after like 1 week, there were increase in number of cases. So what like the government over here, they immediately took the action and they tried to lock down the Hubei province first. And after that also like the number of cases were increasing. So basically the research came and it told us that it was because the virus can infect human to human. So basically if a person is infected with the virus, if he sneezes or coughs, the virus will come out of his mouth in the form of aerosol, and then it can be in the atmosphere for 3 hours. So if a healthy person walks by nearby, so if he inhales it, so he will get the virus. So yeah, so like that the cases were getting increased, like the number of cases were getting increased rapidly. And and the first thing like the government over here they did was like the mandatory, like we need to put the mask. It was very mandatory that we need to put the mask on like everyone's face, and this was very necessary and people took it seriously over here. So everyone need to wear the mask, and everyone need to be at home, and basically there were no gatherings were allowed, and and so people really followed it very well over here. And apart from this, like what the government did, they also used the technology. So basically they use drone, they use cameras to keep the eye on the people if they are like staying at home, they are not coming out of the home, and the public gathering was like avoided. And one more suggestion I would like to say that people should boost their immune system, because basically if your immune system is weak, then there will be high chances to get the viral infection. So you should eat well, and you should that is the best way. In my point of view, basically we need to distinguish between the corona infected people and corona non-infected people. We cannot put like healthy and infected people together. So we need to be very sure about it, that the people who are infected with corona should be away from the healthy person. If it's not true, then the cases will increase rapidly. So we need to have a look in that. And the second thing can be like people should try to wear mask all the time, and if they are going out, they should take the mask all the time. If you don't have mask, just cover your mouth with a cloth or something. And if you feel like sneezing or something like that, you should follow the coughing etiquette. And once you are back to your home, you should wash your hands very well, like for 20 seconds. It's very important to wash your hands with the soap. And so it is very important. And stay safe, stay healthy, take care of your family, and take care of your countrymates. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Salomé Bourgeot. I come from France and I am working at the Pasteur Institute in Shanghai. I'm doing my PhD here on Zika virus, but for 2 months we are all working on the coronavirus in order to try to find a solution for this pandemic.
Yeah, so my question to you, how do you think like Shanghai controls the spread of the virus during this outbreak?
So since the very beginning, like everyone had mask on, and we still have the mask so that we don't like kind of spit on each other, so that like the virus cannot like really spread among the population. There was also a lot of controls on the temperature of the people. Each time you were going somewhere, like the temperature was checked, and like super quickly everything was closed except from grocery shops, so that we don't die of hunger, but the rest was completely closed so that people won't gather. There was also like a lot of control on the compound, in the compound, so that like only the people that were actually living there could go, so that's the same, like people won't gather. So yeah, the idea is like to have like this kind of social distancing and mask on to protect the people you are like speaking to.
Hello, I'm Katerina Bienes and I'm working as a postdoctoral fellow here in Shanghai at the Institute Pasteur. And yeah.
And my question to you is, what do you think about the use of technology done by China to flatten the curve against this outbreak?
Actually, the technology here in China is quite advanced compared to other countries, to be honest. Like during the outbreak, like around Chinese New Year, people were isolating themselves to prevent the spread of the virus, and also the city has been in lockdown for quite some time now, so that actually kind of helps. So with people staying at home, it's difficult for us to like buy even our groceries. So with the technology here in China, we actually have like delivery services like for groceries and stuff, and also everything can be bought in the internet right now. So online, it's very convenient for us. Even we're like isolated here, and during quarantine also is very convenient. And also like recently there have been like some applications when you can register yourselves to be safe from the virus, and you just have to scan QR codes and stuff. Usually, like basically here in China, QR codes are a main thing, so it's very convenient for us, and it's also like help us in the control of the disease as well.
Hello, I am Momita and I live in Shanghai. I am doing postdoc in Institute Pasteur of Shanghai.
I want to ask you one question. How was the experience when you arrived in Shanghai during the outbreak?
So during Chinese New Year, I went to India, and when I arrived, there was strict rules all over the airport, and they checked our temperature and took our travel information, and then they let us go out of the airport. And when I arrived my community, they also took my all travel information, and also they checked my temperature, recorded my temperature, and then they let me enter in the community.
So after you entered the community, so how was it? Like, how was your experience during this 15 days of quarantine? How did you manage it? How did you buy groceries and stuff? So how was your experience about that?
So after I arrived Shanghai, I had to go for 14 days for quarantine, and during my quarantine, I avoided like communicating with people. Like I maintained distance with people, and I stayed in my home for only by myself for 14 days. And the 14 days time period, it was not very bad for me. I just tried to pursue my hobbies during the quarantine time, and also I did not go out much, and I used to go outside our community, only outside my home, only to buy groceries once in a week. And in every grocery store there were a temperature measurement system was there, and they used to take our temperature before let us enter to the grocery shop or any supermarket. And also that time the Shanghai was not very crowded, and so there were very less people all around Shanghai at that time.
Okay.
And also I used to keep my own sanitizer with me, and also used to wear gloves and mask when I go out. So it's very important to maintain these things during quarantine period.